Something rustles in the dark, and before you even know what it is, your body has already reacted. Your heart is slamming, your muscles are tight, your breath is caught in your chest. Here is the strange part. You did not decide to do any of that. A tiny, ancient piece of your brain took control faster than you could form a single thought, and in a fraction of a second, it hijacked your entire body. This is the fight or flight response, and once you understand it, fear never feels quite the same again. It starts deep in the brain with a small almond-shaped cluster called the amygdala. Think of it as a smoke alarm that never sleeps. It is constantly scanning everything you see and hear, and it does not wait for permission. Brain scientists describe two paths the signal can take. There is a fast, rough road that runs straight to the amygdala and reacts in a hurry, and a slower, smarter road that climbs up to the reasoning part of your brain and checks the details first. The fast road always wins the race. That is why you flinch at a shadow or jump at a slammed door, and only a heartbeat later, once the slow road catches up, realize there was never anything to fear. Your body chose to survive first and ask questions second. The instant that alarm goes off, it signals a control center called the hypothalamus, which flips a switch on your nervous system and tells your adrenal glands to dump a flood of adrenaline into your blood. A second, slower stress hormone called cortisol follows close behind, and it keeps the fuel flowing by pushing extra sugar into your bloodstream so your muscles stay charged. From here, everything happens at once. Your heart speeds up and beats harder, driving blood to where it might be needed. Your airways widen so you can pull in more oxygen. Your pupils stretch open to let in more light, which is why the world can suddenly look sharp and vivid and a little unreal. Then comes the part you can actually see on your own skin. The blood vessels near the surface of your body clamp shut, pulling blood away from your skin and your fingers and toes, and sending it deep into your large muscles instead. This is why a frightened person goes pale, white as a sheet, and why your hands turn cold and clammy when you are scared. Your body has quietly decided that your fingertips can wait. Your blood even turns a little stickier and quicker to clot, as if you are bracing to seal a wound that has not been made yet. And the tiny muscles at the roots of your body hair pull tight, giving you goosebumps and standing the hairs up on your arms. On a furrier ancestor that puffed the whole body up to look bigger and more dangerous. On you, it is a faint echo of a threat display you no longer have the fur to pull off. While all of that powers up, something else shuts down. Digestion stops. Your body is not going to waste energy breaking down lunch when it might have to sprint for its life, so blood drains away from your stomach and gut. That is the real reason fear lives in your belly. The butterflies, the sudden nausea, the feeling that your stomach dropped, that is your digestive system going quiet in the middle of its work. It even dries out your mouth because saliva is part of digestion too. That cotton mouth you get before speaking in public is the very same shutdown, set off by a room full of faces instead of a predator. At the same time, your muscles pull taut and loaded, ready to spring, sometimes tight enough to leave your jaw clenched and your shoulders aching long after. Your breathing turns fast and shallow to load your blood with oxygen, which can leave you dizzy or tingling if the threat never actually arrives. A cold sweat breaks out to cool the engine before it has even started to work. Every one of these changes is your body stripping itself down to a single purpose: survive the next 10 seconds. So your body is primed, flooded, and ready. But the response has a few more tricks, and some of them sound almost impossible. Take pain. Under a heavy surge of adrenaline, your sense of pain can fade into the background. Soldiers have kept moving on broken bones. Athletes finish the game and only find the injury afterward. Your brain has decided that feeling the wound is a problem for later, because stopping to nurse it now could get you killed. The pain has not gone anywhere. Your body has simply turned down the volume. Your senses narrow too. Many people describe a scare as tunnel vision, where the edges of the world blur and all you can see is the thing in front of you. Sound can drop away, so that afterward, witnesses swear they never heard the shouting or the sirens. And time itself can seem to warp. People in crashes and falls often say everything slowed down, as if they had whole seconds to think inside a single moment. Your brain did not really slow time. Under threat, it records a memory in far richer detail than usual, and when you replay that dense, crowded memory later, it feels stretched, as though it lasted longer than it did. Your brain is not malfunctioning. It is pouring every scrap of attention onto the one thing that might hurt you, and quietly ignoring the rest. Then there are the stories that sound like myths, but keep happening. A parent lifting the corner of a car off a trapped child. An ordinary person finding impossible strength in a crisis. It even has a name, hysterical strength. And while it is nearly impossible to study on purpose, the leading idea is unsettling. Normally, your brain holds your muscles back. It refuses to let you use your full power, because doing so could tear your own tendons and crack your own bones. In a genuine emergency, flooded with adrenaline, some of that safety limit seems to lift, and for a few seconds you may reach strength your body usually keeps locked away from you. Not everyone fights or runs, though. Sometimes a third option takes over, and you freeze. You go rigid, unable to move or speak, like a deer caught in headlights. For a long time, people read that as failing under pressure, but it is just as ancient as the other two. Many predators are triggered by movement, so going completely still can be the smartest thing a body does. Your brain is not giving up. It is betting that stillness is your best chance. And there is one more reaction that seems to break all the rules. Some people faint at the sight of blood or a needle. That looks like the opposite of fight or flight, and in a way, it is. Instead of the alarm ramping up, the body slams on the brakes, blood pressure drops, and the person crumples. One idea is that long ago, going limp at the sight of blood may have been a last resort for surviving a violent encounter. Whatever the reason, it shows your body keeps more than one emergency plan on file. And then, when the danger passes, comes the crash. The flood of stress chemicals does not vanish the moment the threat is gone, so people often shake, tremble, burst into tears, or laugh without being able to stop. That shaking is simply your body burning off the leftover adrenaline and shifting back into its calm, rest and digest setting. It can take a while. Cortisol lingers long after the fright, which is part of why a genuine scare can leave you feeling wrung out and hollow hours later. Here is the part worth holding on to. This entire system, the racing heart, the cold hands, the tunnel vision, was built to save your ancestors from very real dangers, like something with teeth moving in the grass. The trouble is that your amygdala cannot always tell a lion from a job interview, so it fires the same full alarm for a threat that can never actually eat you. So the next time your heart is pounding before you walk on stage, or before you open a message you have been dreading, try to read it a little differently. That is not weakness, and it is not you falling apart. It is a survival system millions of years old, handing you everything it thinks you need to get through the next moment alive. Your Body Explained. This is Bodyling.